wish to issue a statement by Mount Kenya and Diaspora Leaders Forum, and we wish to state as follows. Fellow Kenyans, we stand before you as representatives of the people, leaders comprising of Mount Kenya Parliamentary Forum, committed to advancing legislative and development initiatives to the benefit of the people we represent in the region and those in diaspora. We hereby reaffirm our irrevocable faith in the unity and indivisibility of our region and the nation of Kenya. We come to you in tremendous humility to express immense gratitude and admiration to the people of Kenya and of this region for electing us to represent your interests and for electing the Kenya Kwanza administration with President William Ruto as the leader of our country. And we have resolved that we shall be meeting regularly to take stock of the progress and to review achievements and necessary interventions on critical issues that are of concern to the people we represent. We shall further form a coordinating committee to serve as a linkage between us and the executive in the advancement of people-sensitive legislative and development agenda in our region and region's interests in the diaspora. Exactly 1 day short of today, 2 years ago, on the 13th of September 2022, President William Ruto was sworn in as the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya. His inauguration marks the beginning of a new era, resonating with the hopes and aspirations of many Kenyans who believe in the greatness of our country and the unbreakable bonds that bind the people of this nation together. The hallmark of the 2022 election was a sounding vote of the residents of Mount Kenya for President William Ruto, a first where this region voted almost to a man for a presidential candidate born and raised in another part of the country. We are proud to have contributed to the making of this history. The Kenya Kwanza administration has overseen the country through extremely difficult economic challenges during the past 2 years. President Ruto has steered Kenya off an economic cliff, resulting in reduced cost of essential foodstuffs, household commodities, fuel, and the strengthening of the Kenya shilling against foreign currencies in a difficult post-COVID-19 period. Today, the country is no longer facing the risk of debt distress. With the country's economy assuming a positive trajectory, we expect the next 3 years to be the period when this administration will help our constituents and the rest of the country to revitalize the economy and improve the economic well-being of Kenyans. Unfortunately, our effort to consolidate the development needs of the people we represent and canvass for their realization has been frustrated by the lack of a focal point of reference around whom we can channel the interests and priorities of our people to the government for actualization. Instead, the Mount Kenya region has suffered high-octane politics around the fathom unity to support individual and personal ambition rather than the actualization, pursuit, and lobbying of the interests of the constituents. Our attempts to call the region to the orderly prioritization of the development needs of the people has been frustrated by condescending threats of dire political consequences unless we support certain personal interests and ambitions. Yet, time is of the essence, given that we are already under 3 years to the end of the first term of this administration. As we continue with superiority contests and bickering, the people we represent expect us to aggregate and lobby for prioritization of key projects to ensure the actualization of the promises in our manifesto on the guaranteed minimum returns, GMRs, for our food and cash crops, including coffee, tea, potatoes, macadamia, better prices for milk and poultry products, reduction of the cost of animal feeds, and advancements of our business, commercial, and enterprise interests, and other outstanding manifesto commitments. We have also resolved to champion for a favorable division of revenue regime that provides a formula that greatly benefits the people that we represent. The people we represent expect us to pay ahead better prices for their tea and coffee. We are behind schedule in the enactment of legislative reforms critical to the revitalization of key economic sectors relevant to our constituents. They also have a number of road and water electricity projects which have stalled several years ago that require priority funding for completion. It is our firm belief that with focus and unity of purpose, it is possible to put our energies together and realize great outcomes for the people we represent during the remaining 3 years. We commit to redouble our efforts to ensure that the priority projects earmarked for our region and for our people in the diaspora that are in the Kenya Kwanza plan are implemented. We further commit to accelerate the passing on of key legislative reforms that are critical to the improvement of the main economic sectors relevant to our constituents and prioritization of budgetary allocations to stalled and priority developments projects in the region and the diaspora. On this basis, we meet here today to reinstate our commitment to the unity and development agenda of all the people of Mount Kenya region and diaspora, even as we advance the collective of Kenya as a nation. Accordingly, we are convinced beyond doubt that the unity of this region must be pursued in the context of the unity of the nation as a whole. We are one indivisible people of Kenya and must always put our country first. Kenya Kwanza. Given the prevailing state of affairs and the urgency of the mission ahead, there is need to have a link that will create a nexus between us and the national executives on matters development. Accordingly, we as elected leaders from this region and its diaspora, on our own behalf and that of our people, unanimously resolve that our link to the national government to be the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Professor KINDIKI, whose responsibilities in the executive includes the coordination of national government functions across the country. This declaration is issued on the 12th of September 2024 by the following members. We are going to share this report with you, so you'll be able to see the members present. We have 35 members with us here. Then we have some 13 members who are not here with apology, so it's a total of 48. But they are all in concurrence with what we have said. And since we are going to share this statement with you, you'll probably be able to look at it further. And with that, I think the statement speaks for itself, and would not want probably to advance or to probably respond to other questions. We'll give you time to have a look at the report. And moving forward as leaders, of course, we'll be speaking to our people in various forums, and we'll be able to advance the same, and whatever other issues may come up, we'll be able to handle them at that particular stage. We thank you.